Today, we're breaking down our top 10 Disney villains.
Alright, we wanted to bring you guys some top 10 lists, and today we got a really good one, the top 10 Disney villains. I'm super pumped for this. Let's lay some ground rules.
Okay.
We didn't necessarily rank them by like who was the most evil or who was the baddest. Kind of like just who we liked the most. Would you agree with that?
100%. Yeah, I think it was definitely somebody, not necessarily people that I thought were the most evil, although that might have played into it. It was also probably a little bit of just who I liked the best.
Yeah, and some people on my list were like more like annoying, kind of the bad guy of the story and not necessarily a big evil force. But let's go ahead and get into this. And actually, you might be wondering, who are we to decide? Well, let me tell you guys something. We actually have matching Disney tattoos.
This is true.
And our firstborn son is named Mickey. So do not question our dedication to the mouse or our loyalty to the kingdom. We are Disney fans, and we're going to bring you our list. Let's start off with number 10. All right, Megan, why don't you start off with number 10?
Okay.
I'm curious to hear who you got.
Okay, so my number 10 is Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Now, I know how much hate I'm going to get for this, so if you want to give me all the reasons you have, put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to read them. My reasoning, I wasn't big into Sleeping Beauty, and, so I didn't really know much about her other than Mistress of Evil. I know that she cursed an infant. It seems pretty evil, right? Villainy. Also, I know that they turned her in more recent movies into a protagonist, so she technically might not even count as a villain, but she is one of the original villains. So I chose her as my number 10. It was between that or Tomatoa from Moana, the big crab, but I didn't really have a reason. I just liked him. So I went with Maleficent as mine. So who was your number 10?
My number 10 is from a newer Disney movie, and it's Mother Gothel from Tangled, which is an underrated Disney movie, by the way. I'm a big fan. And, Mother Gothel is one of those ones that's not necessarily evil. She's more just selfish. She's kind of using Rapunzel in a way to help herself. And what makes her real villainous for me is just the fact that she's like plays the sweet, caring mother, but she's got this really dark secret. So that's why I liked her a lot. And she's not going to end up real high on the list, but I think she deserved a spot. So Mother Gothel, you're at number 10. Now we're going to head to number 9.
All right. So my number 9 is the Evil Queen from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's a classic Disney movie. Definitely. She portrays herself as the classic witch with the bent nose and the wart and apple and type thing. Right. I'm the fairest of the land. Anybody who thinks otherwise she's jealous.
Right.
So she gets a solid place in number 9 for me. I mean, I think that's just a solid character. I'm gonna go with 9.
All right, for my number 9, I'm the one that's going to get hate now because my number 9 is Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to make so many people mad. I'm not a huge fan of Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, it's good. I just don't think it deserves to be, in the pantheon of Halloween movies.
Mickey would argue that.
Our son would definitely argue with me on that. But I had to put Oogie Boogie on the list because it's Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like
I'm going to probably
classic.
get even more hate because he's not even on my list.
He's not even on her list, but I had to put him on there somewhere. He falls at number 9. Solid villain. Good song.
Yeah.
But he's not going to rank super high for me. So that's my number 9. Let's head and see who we got for number 8.
Who did you pick for your number 8?
My number 8 is Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Again, he's not like a super evil character. He's more selfish and just like an arrogant, misogynistic, macho jerk. He's like the high school quarterback that you love to hate.
Right.
And little known fact, most of you guys don't know this, Megan actually cheated on me with Gaston at Disneyland. Not cool. And so he probably wouldn't have made the list, but since Megan was kissing his bicep or something like that, I had to put him on the list.
Put that picture in.
He falls in at number 8, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Who did you have?
So my number 8 is Hades from Hercules.
Okay.
Now, I wasn't big into the Hercules movie when I was little. I
Singing
was
the song in my head.
I was too busy portraying myself as Megara in the movie. Didn't really focus on Hades. But he is the sleazy car salesman-like character, which naturally makes me not like him, you know?
Yeah.
So he is at my number 8.
All right, at number 7, I have Jafar from Aladdin. He probably would have been a little higher on my list 10, 15 years ago, but I've sort of cooled off on him a little bit. He sort of got some cultural insensitivities, maybe, so I didn't want to put him too high on this list. But, you know, he is kind of just this cold, calculating, evil guy. He can shapeshift. He's got, you know, these wizard powers. He's definitely evil.
Right.
And he's
definitely even got the grin, like the...
Yeah, he's got, I mean, he's got the perfect kind of just bad guy vibe going for him, and he's not a good person, not at all. But he lands on number 7 on my list because I think he deserves a spot. He is a classic Disney villain in my eyes.
I respect that.
Who do you have at 7?
So I have Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland.
Hey, that's a good one. I forgot about
How could you forget about it?
I
I
didn't forget, but...
So same reasoning that she's number 7 on my list. Alice in Wonderland, this dream world that she's in, and they still find a place for a villain.
Yeah.
You know, she's right. She's overbearing, she's cold, she's calculated, she's scary, and she likes to decapitate people.
And she's kind of crazy, too.
Right.
She's...
So she seemed like a solid 7 for me.
For sure. All right, so that's 7. Let's head to 6. All right, number 6, Megan, who you got?
I picked Captain Hook from Peter Pan. I simply appreciate the classic villain character that he is. I think he's a little bit more relatable for kids because he's kind of silly and childish in his mannerisms.
Yeah.
You know, but he still fits the role as a bad guy. So I picked him for number 6.
Nice. That's a good one.
And how about you?
I have Scar from The Lion King.
Dope.
He's got this, his voice, just this purr, and he's calculating. He did this to his nephew just to be the king. Like that, it's crazy. He's a bad guy. I like him. I think he's cool. I'd like to see him in human form, like what they would do with him. But as a lion, still a very effective villain. He lands at number 6 on my list.
All right, sounds good. So I guess that takes us to number 5.
Number 5, the halfway point. I'm curious who you got.
So I actually picked Scar from Lion King. He killed his brother in front of his nephew. Say no more.
Right in front of him.
Right. That number 5 for me. How about you?
My number 5 is Cruella de Vil.
Nice.
Again, not super evil, but she's just that lady, you know? She is a villain. I mean, look at her name. Cruella de Vil. I mean, she's got a great song. Well, she doesn't sing it, but she's got like a great theme song.
Right.
She's been around for a long time. She hurts dogs, puppies even. You gotta have her on the list. She falls at number 5 for me at the halfway point, Cruella de Vil.
So now we're at number 4. David, who you got?
I have Ursula from Little Mermaid. I imagine she's probably higher on your list and maybe higher on your list. Again, let us know in the comments what you think so far. But she falls at number 4 for me. She's the boss. She is the boss villain. I mean, she's sassy.
I have to say what I have to say.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll let you say what you need to say about her. I'll just say that she's got this sassy, bad chick kind of attitude that you really love. Great song, great character. Number 4 for me. What about you?
So I chose Cruella de Vil. It doesn't get much worse, or I guess it does, but skinning puppies for a coat's pretty bad. She's known as being evil since she was a child, so naturally she's as cold as ice and willing to sacrifice those dogs. All right, let's take it to number 3.
All right, we're in the final 3. These are the big dogs, I'd say. So who's your number 3?
Dr. Facilier.
Nice.
I love Princess and the Frog.
Yep.
Friends on the Other Side is so good. I mean, there's so many good songs on that movie, and that one it just hits. He's smooth. He's, voodoo doctor. So
Yeah.
I just put him at my number 3 because I really, really like his character.
Yeah.
How about you?
I have Captain Hook as my number 3.
Fair enough.
I love the classics, and it doesn't get much more classic than Captain Hook. He's the adversary for Peter Pan, who's like the representation of childhood, and he's like this, bad dude that's trying to, stop time. His hatred for the clock. I mean, I'm sure there's some symbolism going on there. But either way, for me, just the classicness of his character puts him in the top 3 for me.
I respect that. I respect that. So I guess that brings us to number 2. All right, David. So who is your number 2 pick?
My number 2 is your number 3.
Okay.
Dr. Facilier.
Nice.
He's just so cool and smooth, and he's got a great song. He's got this dark voodoo vibe. I mean, he's got voodoo, he's got hoodoo, he's got things he ain't even tried. And he's got friends on the other side.
Yep.
I love this character. Every time we go to the parks, I'm like looking for him because he's just the coolest guy. And all of the Disney villains, he is the one that like I actually like want to chill with. Like he just seems cool. I mean, he's dark. He's definitely got this greedy, selfish vibe, and he's willing to, curse other people, hex other people, whatever it's called.
Intense.
Yeah, I mean, he's a voodoo guy, but he's super cool, and for that point alone, and the fact I love Princess and the Frog so much, puts him at number 2 for me. Who is your number 2?
So my number 2 is Ursula from Little Mermaid.
Nice. I knew it was coming. I wasn't sure if it'd be 1 or 2. Number 2.
Little Mermaid was my favorite childhood Disney movie. So
Classic.
call it a sentimental pick. It's still my pick. I think who wouldn't want to usurp King Triton? Woman power. I think that she's scary, she's funny, she's glamorous. I just think she's a classy lady.
She's a boss.
She's
like
got it
I
all.
said.
And she's got it all. So she is my number 2 pick, which leads us to number 1.
Number 1.
Let's get into it.
All right, we did it. We hope you stuck around because we are looking at number 1 right now, who is our favorite Disney villain. I'm so curious about who your top pick is going to be. I've gone through the list in my head. I don't know what your choice is going to be. I'm looking forward to it. So who should go first here?
Let's rock, paper, scissors for it.
All right, let's do it. All right.
Oh, okay.
What is this? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Nice. Got it. All right. My number 1 is the Evil Queen from Snow White. Look, it's a classic. It's old school. And that's me. I like the old school Disney stuff. I like the classics. And she is the classic. She's the original from Snow White. I mean, that came out in what? 39, 29? A long time ago. And she is like the original. She shows herself, one way. You find out later that she's actually this cackling witch with the apple, the mirror on the wall. I mean, for me, she just typifies everything that a Disney villain should be. She's evil, she's dark, she's got an attitude. She is the original Disney villain, and that's why she is number 1 for me. All right, Megan. I cannot wait. Who do you got?
Okay, so I respect your pick. My number 1 is Chernabog from Disney's 1940 Fantasia.
Oh, that was good.
It's one of the originals too, and in the movie he is portrayed as the devil himself. I mean, he's that big scary, he's got the wings, and he's like going to the cemetery off the mountain and bringing up ghosts and skeletons and flames and fire women and
epic
blue
song.
imps, and it's intense. And not to mention, Disney, for all their Halloween Light Festival things, do use him as one of the originals in every single one.
That's true. Yeah.
So that alone, he's a classic. He was devil himself. He is my number 1 pick.
Going into this list, I was so sure that my number 1 was going to be better than yours. I just thought that. But you blew me out of the water. What a good pick for number one.
Thanks,
I didn't even think of him. What was his name again?
Chernabog.
Chernabog. And I learned something today. The evil dark guy is Chernabog. Super cool. Well, that does our list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments what you thought. Did you agree with us? Did you think we were like totally off base? Who did we forget? We'd love to hear from you guys. And while you're at it, why don't you click subscribe and like? That would be awesome.
Definitely hit the subscribe button. We're a new channel, and that definitely helps us out. Or just like.
Yeah, likes work too. And let us know what other top 10s we should do.
Yeah, for sure.
I love doing top 10s, so let us know any you'd like to do. They don't have to be Disney or even Halloween. It could be
anything.
Top 10 favorite sandwiches.
Give it to us.
Let us know. We'll rank it. That's what we do. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you again for watching, and stay spooky.